Sat Sri Akal ji, and good day to everyone, wherever you guys are watching us from. Good evening, good morning to our folks around the world. This video, we're going to make it in English, and the reason for that is we have some people who are complaining that they can't get benefit out of our videos, so because they're in Punjabi or Hindi. So we're going to try to make this one in English, and hopefully we'll in the future we'll mix and match, and we'll do a bit of Punjabi and some English and some Hindi as well. So today I'm going to talk to you about study visas specifically. So May intake is coming to an end. We still have some availability in a few key colleges like Loyalist College and Canadore and Cambridge College. Niagara College has a campus in Toronto now. They've tied up with the Toronto School of Management. So if you've been thinking that Niagara College is too far, out near Niagara Falls, and you want something closer, then this is the opportunity. But specifically what I want to talk to you about today is study visa refusals. The number one reason why study visas are getting refused today from Canada is due to course mismatch. In other words, the visa officer doesn't get convinced that the program of study that you've taken, that you've chosen, there's a mismatch between that course and your education background and your either your education or your work history. So it's very important to understand what's going on here. There's a lot of quick consulting going around in the from consultants nowadays that we see. What that means is, a client walks in and they say, this is what we want to go to Canada, we want a study visa, and everyone thinks it's a super quick process. Let's just find a program in 5 minutes and we'll apply. There's no fees, let's just go ahead and just apply, and they'll get a visa and they're off to Canada, right? But it's not that simple. It's not that. What I want to explain to you is that Canada is being very selective about the students that come into Canada. It is not a free-for-all policy. It is a specific, they have specific requirements, and they want to make sure that there's a check happening at the time that the visas are granted. So yeah. Okay. It looks like we have a visa here from VFS. There's an envelope. I'm gonna rip it off in a bad fashion because there might be documentation inside. So let's try to do the best that I can here. Yes, there is a passport inside here, and let's see what visa this is. So this is a study visa, and congratulations to our client who just got a study visa. So what I was saying was that the most important thing in an application is your course selection. Okay, this is the most important thing in the whole application. It is not the SOP, it is not your funds, it's nothing else. It is the course selection. The course selection cannot be done in 5 minutes. We explain this to every client we talk to. There is sort of an established procedure around that. You go to a consultant and they're going to sell you some courses, and you're going to select something, and off you go. But it's not that simple. You need to sit down with your consultant, or your consultant needs to sit down. They need to assess your documentation. They need to understand your education history, your work history, Do you want to study something that in the field that you've been working in, or do you want to study something in the field that you have educational background in, and how does that tie in together with your education, your work, and your future education in Canada and your future goals after you get that visa from Canada, right? So your past education, your past work experience, your education in Canada, and your goals. This whole thing has to line up. It has to make sense for you to get a visa. It cannot be randomly put together in 5 minutes. It cannot be that you walk into, you get the services of somebody, some consultant or whoever, and they just throw some courses at you and you're like, fine, I'll take it. You have to make sure that the course you're taking is not a duplicate of what you already studied. For example, you cannot take business management and you cannot take undergraduate business management and expect to take another post-graduation in business management and expect to get a visa. They're not going to give you a visa. It's not going to happen, right? So what you need to do is, if you have a bachelor's in business, in commerce, like for example, from India, you have a BCom. What you need to do is, and let's say you have some work experience after that. The most important thing is you need to understand why you're taking this new course. Is it something that you've already studied, or is it something new? And if it is something new, can you even study it? Can you even learn that in Canada? Right? It shouldn't be so different from what you've done before that it just makes no sense. Like, you're not gonna go to a class and do a post-graduation in something that you have no basics in. Right? So it has to be related to your education, but it cannot be a duplicate of what you've already studied. Right? So this is one key criteria. Number two, if you've already taken a bachelor's degree, do not take another undergraduate course. The refusal chances are very, very high. They are going to refuse you, saying your studies are, they're not justified in the light of your past experience or past education. So if you've done a bachelor's, stick to a post-graduation and take a program that you have not, that is related to your past education, but you haven't studied it. For example, somebody from an accounting background, if you take a course in human resource management, it's not going to work. Somebody for somebody who's from accounting, you have to take something that's either on the financial side of things, a financial management or wealth management or something like that, right? So that is the right way to select a course. Do not just go into a consultant and wait for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's not enough time for somebody to understand your education history and work history. That's what we tell all our clients. When we take up a case, we're going to guide you the right way. We're going to give you advice that is in your favor. It's not just a 5-minute quick assessment of your profile, and that's not the way to do it. This is especially very important for students who have a decent work history and who have multiple degrees. Let's say you have a bachelor's and you have a master's, or you have a post-graduation diploma, or you've switched your fields from from engineering to business or something like that, right? For them, this is very important that you do a proper assessment of your profile and then you proceed with applying to colleges. Okay? Taking action very quickly is not the most important thing. Taking the right action after a solid plan is what you should be doing. And as always, you can make an appointment to meet with me specifically if you think that there is something that you need me to look at and guide you on. Right? So thank you very much.